Okay, this is a brief little intermission, no pun intended. This is my best buddy, who also has a YouTube channel, and you should go follow her, and I'll plug it here. Okay, we're gonna watch an old Donald Duck cartoon because it has been requested, and we're gonna craft a little bit, and then we're gonna keep watching Final Fantasy. Yippee! Yippee! This is what I drew up last night. You can't see it because it's too bright in here, but I'm gonna try to make a mock-up for this while we're watching Donald Duck.
The basement yard.
In the basement yard!
Put it in the ass blender.
Now I gotta find the clip so I can I'm gonna kick your ass.
You.
Okay, thank you. As you've already seen, I've also been fighting for my life against this. I brought it so I can continue seam ripping. So I'm gonna don't look at me like that. I'm gonna get to trying to make this mock-up. That's the update. Yeah, I've already said what I'm doing multiple times, so now I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and actually get to it. Would you like to come in? I love you. He screams to be the center of attention, and then as soon as he is, he doesn't want it anymore, so. Okay, we're in my bathroom because the lighting is all right here. I'm working on a lot of videos right now, 2 separate video essays, and this. So if things are released in a lot of parts, it's because my computer can only handle so much. The reason why the other video was 0.5 and not part 1 is because most of the things that I bought for this costume don't work. Either too big and I don't have the means to be able to like actively tailor them properly, or are just not a good fabric choice for this project. Also, I don't know what it is about this camera, but I look ghostly. First and foremost, the button-up I got before did not work. I got another one. I went to Goodwill again. And then I decided, okay, what if I get just like a really thin faux denim, because it better matches the texture of Cissnei's vest, and it was half off, so I said, you know what, I'll get like an actual jacket button up, and I can tear that up. That's also going to be my swatch test, because I'm going to try to dye something. AKA, this isn't the right color, which is the main reason I didn't just make it easier for myself in the first place, because the denim isn't the correct color. Let me go get it. So, I got this for my first attempt at my Hera cosplay that I mentioned in the last video, but I have ripped truly green fabric dye, and I am going to try to just put just a tiny little bit of this. You know, I'm gonna dye the denim shit. I want to try to get it a little closer to the color of Cissnei's actual vest. But we'll see. We'll see if we get there. And then I love looking in the bedding and sheets section for fabric. It's so satisfying when you find something that you can use. I found these pillowcases. It's a nice sturdy fabric. I feel like it'll work really well for the little armor pieces on her legs, plus the other belts. Because it'll just save me some time having to sew the blanket edging shit that I talked about last time. Anyway, that's the Goodwill haul. Hopefully, I can get past the non-start that was part 0.5, and I can actually, hopefully, successfully get this done. So yeah, that's the update. That's why the last video was 0.5. Because that stuff wasn't working out. It was mainly just me yapping. And you know what? I didn't want to get rid of the footage because I had a great time yapping and I had so much fun editing that part. So it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna go put this stuff in the wash and hopefully it works out better than last time. Wish me luck. Hi. I'm in the abyss right now and I'm using my computer's actual camera, so that's why it looks like shit. There hasn't been a lot of updates. I spent the entire weekend dog sitting / cat sitting / house sitting with my best friend for her sister. That's also why I'm under a blanket, because I completely forgot that I promised a director that I'd have lines in by tonight. So welcome to my makeshift sound studio. Also, random, in between this clip and the last clip, I recorded what I needed to. Okay, so related to this cosplay technically, I've accidentally gone down a rabbit hole of Turk lore, and now I'm making a deep dive YouTube video essay where I'm doing a deep dive into like the history of the Turks and each like individual character. And so I've been interacting with Before Crisis a lot, and man, the feminine urge to get a group of voice actors together and dub over it is fucking wild. I want to do it, but also it's intimidating. That's a big project, but also I want to do it because that would be fun. Au revoir. Hi, it's been multiple days, and I'm sick, but because I'm sick, I have time to work on this. So let me show you what I've been doing. Hopefully this is actually picking me up and not just the rustling of chords. So I took my button up and I altered the like neckline of it. It looks rough right now, but I am going to hem it properly. I'm gonna hand hem it, as I've already established. I don't have a functioning sewing machine, so I'm gonna hem it, and then I don't have it right here with me because I know it'll be a while until I need it, but I got some like darker pink ribbon so that I can properly line the things that need to be lined. I also want to say that I got some cool stuff at the craft store today, aka I got EVA foam for the first time, and whoa. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna be honest, I was so enthralled by this that I forgot I was filming. This pack of needles, like, opens in a specific way so that they don't fall out, and I thought it was cool. My sick brain is very easily entertained. I got EVA foam, and I'm gonna make Cissneis. I don't know what the hell to call it. I feel like at some point I looked it up, like, what that type of weapon is called. I don't know right now. I don't know. The weapon that's like kind of similar to Yuffie's weapon. You guys out, if you're this far into this, you probably know the weapon I'm talking about.
Editor's note, I'm a fucking idiot. That type of weapon is called a shuriken. Like, I knew that. But what makes it embarrassing is that's literally what Cissnei's name is in Before Crisis, because all of the, like, previously unnamed Turks are all named after their weapons. And her name there is literally Shuriken. I'm embarrassed. You can tell how sick I was because there was not a single thought behind my eyes. Yeah, the weapon is a shuriken.
But also, I am working on a Reno cosplay, which I don't have much to work on, like, outfit-wise, because it's literally just the Turk uniform. But I would like to make his electromag rod, because I think it's cool looking. Okay, this looks really awkward because I literally haven't done the rest of it yet, obviously. But I finished the neckline. I cut it like I said I was going to, and then I took my random ribbon and I hand stitched it on. It's not the cleanest stitches, but it's okay. This looks a little awkward. It'll look better when I continue with the pink down. It's the next day. I'm still sick, and somehow, some way, I feel worse. I'm working on the vest now. I seam ripped off the neckline, and then I cut out a bit of the neckline. I've hemmed one side. I have to hem the other. I did not do it well. I just needed to make sure that the fabric wouldn't fray. I'm using embroidery floss. This looks a lot lighter on camera than it actually is. I'm using embroidery floss and just pulling it apart like individual strands like I would if I were embroidering. I don't know. I like how it looks. Once I get this side hemmed, that's why this doesn't line up right now. The button spot. That's because I literally just haven't hemmed it yet.
Once I get that done, then I'm gonna take my ribbon and then I'm gonna actually hem it like I did with the button up. We got our first winter weather advisory of the year here, and I wouldn't call it, oh, okay. I was about to say I wouldn't call it a snowstorm, but I just opened my blinds for the first time today, and you know what? Maybe I would call this a snowstorm. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. You keep digging. I forgot I still have the thimble. I am, like, losing my marbles. I think I have a sinus infection, and I'm, like, suffering. Okay, so I accidentally just, like, blacked out for the past 5 hours while hand sewing and watching a Jaden Animations old stream. And last time I looked at it, I was at the beginning, and now I'm 3.5 hours into it, and I was already sewing before I started watching it. I've done a lot, so I cut off all the buttons on both pieces of clothing. I'm gonna save them so I can use them for this project and for others. I extended the lining for the neck, and then I added the rest of the lining so that it looks nice when it sits, like it'll sit nice. And because the buttons were on the wrong side and I had to remove them all, I had to re-add the buttons, so I had to cut a buttonhole and then I embroidered around it so that it wouldn't fray. At least the top part of the undershirt exists. I also cut it, the bottom of it, and hemmed it. It doesn't have to be perfect because, again, I have to go over it with the pink anyway. So usually when I hem stuff, I do it good enough where I won't have to do it a second time, but I don't make it as clean as I make the stitches that I do on the pink. The stitches that I do on the pink, I do a embroidery back stitch, because I like how it looks. Also, for the vest, I've done a lot. So now the vest has a neck lining that goes all the way down. I also cut it because her vest is so weirdly shaped, but I have it all cut out. I just have to hem it. It'll be easier to show once I get it hemmed. This, between these two items, I've probably put in about 5 or 6 hours of sewing today on top of the, like, probably already 5 or 6 hours of hand sewing I put in on it. Okay, so I'm playing OGFF7 because I want to. I don't know. I was at the part where everyone's in calm and Cloud is, like, giving the whole Nibelheim rundown. And when Sephiroth is, like, in the basement brooding and, like, reading about all the Genova Project stuff, I was, like, you know, like, locked in. Like, I was, like, paying attention. And all of a fucking sudden, a siren starts outside my window. It's because it's the first Tuesday of the month, and so they check the tornado sirens to make sure they're still working. But the timing of that, I literally just went, this isn't cosplay related, but it is Final Fantasy VII related. So, I figured I'd share with the class. Hi, it's been a while. I forgot to close out this video. It's been a minute since I filmed an update. I am still working on the cosplay. It's in that corner. I reorganized my entire room for 3 days. I just was anxious and said, hey, I'm gonna deep clean every single thing here. So I've reorganized a bit. I have not had a lot of time to sew recently, just like how I haven't had time to close out this video yet. A lot of shit's going down, some more serious than others. I have a lot of gifts to make because I'm the go-to handmade gift person in my family. My elderly cat we had a scare with, and so I've spent a lot of time at the emergency vet. She's back home now and she's doing okay, but it was still. And I also spent 3 days anxiety cleaning. Oh, and I got a haircut. I'm thankfully not sick anymore. I did have a sinus infection and I could not breathe for 2 weeks. But I'm good now. I can breathe again. That's good. Breathing is a good thing. Anyway, I'm gonna close out this video. The next one, I'm hoping I finish the actual garments in. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I know it was a mess. I don't remember filming
half of the things in this video because I was so out of my mind from being sick. Okay, that's all.
Adieu.